We're actually kind of winding down on these. I don't have too many more characters that I want to do at this time because I don't want to get too far ahead of the TV series, just because part of the point was getting people excited about the books so that they would want to read them. But if I make all the characters, well, I know how I am. I'm like, well, I know what that's about. I'll do it eventually, and then I don't ever read it. So today we are working on Lan Mandragoran. He is Moiraine's warder. He is also, if you have seen the TV series, as well as the books, obviously, a love interest of Nynaeve. I decided to base this sim almost entirely on Daniel Henney because he really does fit kind of how I imagined Borderlanders to be, as well as Lan himself. I actually totally forgot, and I didn't remember at the time of making this sim, but I forgot I used to do these fan casts all the time, and so I did dig them up for a future sim that I did. But it was helpful to see, like, how did I actually imagine these these characters a couple years ago? Because I have been having sometimes a hard time, like, remembering, like, how did I see them prior to the show? Because some of these actors have really kind of overwritten how I would have imagined, and sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. I think, I mean, it depends who you ask. I think it's a good thing because that means the actors did a really good job portraying the characters, and that's how I can envision them now. It's also just how I am. Like, I have a hard time while reading visualizing somebody as a fully fledged person. Like, I can get the eye color, the hair color, skin color, basic description, but like, even if the story goes into extreme detail, it's really hard for me to picture a face unless I am given a face to picture, like an actor or a model or like a person, basically. It's very difficult for me personally. And once I have that, like, that's who I picture no matter what. But I think Daniel Henney did a freaking phenomenal job as Lan. Like, he nailed it. And some people were, not too many people, but some people were a little unhappy with, like, the humor that he injected into Lan. I think Lan did have humor. I just think that we didn't necessarily see it from the characters' point of views that we were given, because they weren't looking for it. I think he's the type of person that he only shows it very selectively, and also you have to be looking for it. So Moiraine would see him, you know, having like the raised eyebrow that's maybe very slight, or like when they're alone he's a little bit looser. I think Nynaeve would notice those moments, but like everyone else would just be like, he's so stoic, he's just stone-faced all the time. Like, they wouldn't necessarily be looking for those kinds of tells, which makes sense. So I'm glad that he went ahead and just injected that into his performances. I was not mad about the morning scene at all because it was stylized, and in that context, it made sense. Like, it was a duty. Lan always does his duty. It was not necessarily an outpouring of grief. Yes, it was a convenient way for him to grieve, but it was meant to be stylized, and I think they did a really good job because it allowed him to grieve and it allowed us to grieve with him, but it didn't take away Lan's very, I mean, he is stoic. He is very kind of closed off into himself, and so it was clever to be like, you know, he's very upset about this, but ordinarily we would never know it. But yeah, I had a really fun time making this sim. He actually wasn't too hard of a sim to make. I was a little worried, but I did thankfully have some skin tones that had the monolith built in. I do have sliders now that make that a lot easier, but I was a little worried at first. I was like, uh-oh, what if I can't do that? But yeah, I actually had to make this sim before I bribed myself, because the Umbrella Academy just came out. The new season came out today, and I was like, I really want to watch it. And I'm like, no, you have to make these. I had a list of sims that I needed to make first, and I was like, then you can watch it, and you can binge watch the whole thing. And so that's what I did. And then I realized, oh, you have to actually post this today, so I'm doing the voiceover. I've watched a couple of episodes. It's really good so far. I'm not going to actually talk about any of it, because it literally just came out, and I'm not going to spoil anything, but super good so far. I love the Umbrella Academy. Highly recommend. So excited about it. It just makes me happy. Like, it's silly and goofy, and it's fun. Like, some shows just, they aren't fun and they're hard to watch. Like, they're almost sloggy, and like, it's just fun to watch. And it's serious too, but just like, it's very fun. And and I love that. And it reminds me of high school, and obviously Gerard Way wrote the original comics, so again, high school, but yeah, love it, big fan. I was a little sad that I didn't have, I thought that I had like some plain, I guess, I don't know what the historical equivalent would be. The little band around his head. I can't, Kisan, I think, in the books. I don't know, I'm having a hard time remembering what it's called, but I didn't have like a plain leather one, I just had that one, so I used that one because that's all I had. And then I kind of struggled at first with the hair because Body Shop was making it look weird, but I finally just accepted the hair that I wanted to use because I knew which hair I wanted to use right away. It took me a minute to find it, but like, yeah, it bothered me that Body Shop was being weird. But it happens. Especially with Body Shop being as finicky as she is, we just accept her for who she is. But yeah, we're pretty much done. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of Lan. I don't know if I've said this before, but once I'm done with the Sims that I plan on making, I am going to put them all up for download. I haven't done that yet because I just wanted to do it in one fell swoop instead of just multiple downloads all at once. So they will be available. We're almost there. I have one more left, which is Nynaeve, and then we're all done. So thank you guys so much for watching. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.